Kuria East, Garissa Township, Ijara, Jomfu, Juja, Kabuchai, Kaiti, Kamkunji, Matugu, Moyale, Musambweni, Muoroni, Landera, Loima, Lugali, Matayos, Nyatike, Rabai, Rangwe, Samburu East, Sotik, Suna West, Taveta, Teso North, Tongarin, Turukana Central, Turukana West, Muvita, Nyali, Nyando, Nyaribari Masaba, Vihiga, Ikolomani, Fumula, Katundu North, Madhira, Suba North, Dadaf, Wajia East, Kandara, and Chuka Ingangombe. I beg to lay names, constituencies.
Have you finished? Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Mwalio, give your notice of motion. Or you are no longer holding brief for your chairman?
I was holding for the brief for the chairman.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Speaker, I would like to give notice of the motion on the...
It is not a liking. You beg to give notice of the following motion.
Speaker, I beg to give a notice of the motion on the report of the Committee on the National Government Constituency Development Fund, on the nominees to the National Government Constituency Development Fund, committees for 51 constituencies.
Thank you. Next. Mwalio, I'm advised that what you have said does not amount to giving notice of a motion. Can you go and repeat for the record? You are a senior member of this house. You should not be caught in this kind of thing.
Speaker, I would like to give a notice.
Order, Mwalio. I beg to give notice of the following motion.
I beg to give a notice of the following motion on the nominees to the 31 National Government Constituency Development Fund committees, that this House adopts the report of the National Government Constituency Development Fund for 51 constituencies, committees, list of nominees for the appointment for the following 51 constituencies, committees of the National Government Constituency Development Fund. Banisa, Bomachoge, Chache, Butere, Buri, Embakazi Central, Galole, Gaze, Kilifi South, Kilome, Kimilili, Kuria East, Garissa Town, Ijala, Jomfu, Juja, Kabuchai, Kaiti, Kamkunji, Matugu, Moyale, Musambweni, Muoroni, Ladera, Loima, Lugali, Matayos, Nyatike, Rabai, Rangwe, Samburu East, Sotik, Suna West, Taveta, Teso North, Tongaren, Turkana Central, Turkana West, Muvita, Nyali, Nyando, Nyaribari Masaba, Vihiga, Ikolomani, Fumula, Katundu North, Madhira, Suba North, Dadaab, Wajia East, Kandara, and Chuka Ingangombe. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Malio. Next.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable members, we're going to statements at order number 7. Remember, today is a day for Committee of Supply. We must be done with this at least by 3:30. Jared Okello? Not present. Omulher Harun?
The baby. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding disappearance of one Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed Yale. Honorable Speaker, on 28 September 2023, Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed Yale of ID number 400-63840, a resident of Garissa County, was allegedly abducted in Nairobi under unclear circumstances. The incident was reported at the Nairobi West Patrol Base under OB number 40/30/9/2023. Since then, Mr. Abdirizak has neither been traced nor presented before any court of law. Article 29 of the Constitution guarantees the freedom of security of each individual and includes the rights of an individual not be detained without trial. The fact that the whereabouts and safety of Mr. Abdirizak remains unknown has caused anxiety amongst his family on the possibility of him suffering violation of his constitutional rights. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following: a report on the status of investigations into the disappearance of Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed Yale of ID number 400-63840, who was allegedly abducted in Nairobi under unclear circumstances on 28 September 2023. Measures that the government is taking to ensure that Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed is found and reunited with his family, and measures being taken to apprehend and prosecute perpetrators of the alleged abduction. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Muher. Tongoyo, that is a request to your committee. When can you bring a response?
Honorable Speaker.
Were you even listening?
This game was a bit disruptive, but nevertheless, Honorable Speaker, no, I wanted your Deputy Speaker. I've got quite a number pending and responded statement.
We are dealing with only one. What Omulher has requested.
You know what I was trying to ask, Honorable Speaker? I'm considering, if you agree with us, that I write to the Speaker, to the Minister, because there are too many, actually there are 17, and responded to, and have the CS appear before the committee and call the members so that we can able to expedite all of them, if possible.
Why not? Go ahead and do
so. So we can do next week, combine all of them and have them responded. Thank you.
Yakub Ado Kuno, member for Bora. Yakub Ado Kuno. Gitonga Mukunji.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health regarding the operationalization of the Rehabilitation Fund in the country. Honorable Speaker, Section 53 of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act of 1994 provides for the establishment of a rehabilitation fund. The section specifically mandates that the fund shall be used to establish, maintain, and support rehabilitation centers, cover expenditures related to the care, treatment, and aftercare of persons recovering from drug addiction, support and training and deployment of personnel involved in the rehabilitation of such individuals, and to facilitate community-based programs for prevention, treatment, and reintegration. The country continues to grapple with a rising tide of drug and substance abuse, which has had a devastating impact on individuals, families, and communities across the nation. In recent years, the situation has been compounded by an increase in the availability and consumption of illicit brews, narcotic drugs, particularly in vulnerable and undeserved areas. The proliferation of these harmful substances, often sold and consumed without regulation, has led to severe health challenges, increased rates of addiction, and broader social instability. Honorable Speaker, while the government has enacted punitive regulations and carried out enforcement operations targeting drug trafficking and illicit alcohol, there remains a significant gap in rehabilitation, treatment, and reintegration services for persons struggling with substance use disorders. Despite the clear provisions of the law, the fund has not been operationalized to date, thereby impeding the development and expansion of rehabilitation infrastructure and services that are urgently needed to respond to the national drug and substance abuse crisis. Further, Article 43(1)(a) of the Constitution of Kenya guarantees every person the right to the highest attainable standard of health, which includes mental health care and support for individuals with substance dependency. The continued delay in activating the Rehabilitation Fund undermines the fulfillment of this constitutional right. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health on the following. 1. Reasons as to why the Rehabilitation Fund, as established under Article 53 of the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substance Control Act of 1994, has not been operationalized. 2. A report on the number, status, and geographical distribution of rehabilitation centers operated by government. And 3. Specific measures that the government put in place to assist individuals struggling with drug and substance abuse, including community-based interventions and access to public rehabilitation services. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair Health, when can you bring a response?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think we need at least 2 weeks. I know the complexity of the issues involved, so at least 2 weeks we should be able to get the result.
Right, 2 weeks. Thank you. Mashua Waithaka, Honorable Member for Kiambu.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44(2)(c), I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture regarding the sponsorship and nurturing of a top amateur golfer in Kenya, Mr. Michael Karanga. Honorable Speaker, Mr. Michael Karanga is a 30-year-old amateur golfer who hails from Dumberi Ward in Kiambu constituency and has been playing golf for the past 10 years. Over this period, Mr. Karanga has played in international games and performed exceptionally well in these games, earning the name of Golfer of the Year for the 2 years in a row. Last year, he emerged top golfer during the Ghana Open in Accra. He has also played in many countries, including the United Kingdom, Portugal, South Africa, Rwanda, Jordan, and Egypt. Currently, he is ranked 76th in the world men's golf amateur ranking and 4th in Africa. Honorable Speaker, despite the sterling performance and remarkable achievements, the government is yet to show any commitment in sponsoring him. Golf is an industry, and this provides an opportunity for the government which supports and trains over 400 requests for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture on the following. 1. Plans put in place by the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports to sponsor Mr. Michael Kangara, noting that he has consistently performed well and has the potential to represent the country on a global scale. 2. Report by the Ministry on the sports persons currently being sponsored by the government, including the specific sport they play in and the criteria used by the government to sponsor sports persons. And 3. The measures that the ministry has put in place to sponsor sports persons in the country who have shown promise in their various categories. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I can give a response in 2 weeks' time.
Sorry, I skipped your statement and went to the next.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44 Cap 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Department Committee on Lands regarding the delayed compensation to the Sokoni Community Development Organization project in Kitale Town. This is for the land compulsory acquired by the Kenya National Highways Authority for the construction of the Kitale Endebe Swamp, that is classification C45 road. Compulsory acquisition of land parcels belonging to the Sokoni Community Development Organization project in Kitale Town. This acquisition was referenced in subsequent Gazette notices, including number 11106 of 26 October 2018, Gazette notice number 8484 of 21st October 2020, and Gazette notice number 6376 and the 6377 of 21st June 2021, to provide procedural updates to the public and the owners regarding inspection of plans and dates of notices of hearings for compensation claims by the affected persons. In compliance with these notices, the Sokoni Community Development Organization project submitted its claim for compensation to the National Lands Commission, and on 23rd July 2021, the Commission awarded compensation to the owners amounting to 1,928,792 Kenya shillings. However, up to date, only 398 Kenya shillings has been paid, and the balance of 964,394 Kenya shillings remains unpaid, with no clear communication or a commitment from the Commission regarding the expected timeline for completion of the payment. This prolonged delay has caused hardship to the members who were displaced and whose community operations were disrupted. Article 40, Cap 3 of the Constitution provides that if a person shall be deprived of a property for a public purpose, the government must make prompt payment in full of just compensation. Committee on Lands on the following. Number 1, reasons for the delay in payment of the outstanding compensation of Kenya shillings 964,394 to the Sokoni Community Development Organization project. Number 2, the specific timelines within which when the National Land Commission will complete the outstanding payment of 996,394 Kenya shillings. And lastly, the measures put in place by the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing, and Urban Development.
2 weeks, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. 2 weeks. Catherine Omanyo, Women Rep Busia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44(2) Section C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the urgent need for expansion of the Busia-Kisumu Road and the Bungoma-Malaba Road to dual carriageways. Honorable Speaker, the Busia-Kisumu Road and the Bungoma-Malaba Road are vital transport networks in Western Kenya, linking key commercial towns and serving as transit routes for goods and services through the Busia and Malaba border points to and from the neighboring countries, including Uganda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and Burundi. Notably, these major roads facilitate regional trade, contribute to local economies, and are integral in sustaining Kenya's position as a transport hub within the Northern Corridor. Honorable Speaker, the poor state and congestion resulting from the narrowness of the said roads continue to cause accidents and prolonged truck queues as they approach the Busia and Malaba border posts, affecting trade and transport. Further, the lengthy presence of truck drivers in those regions, particularly the Busia-Sega section of the Kisumu-Busia Road, has escalated cases of immorality and teenage pregnancies, posing serious social concerns. There is an urgent need to expand these key roads and designate truck parking yards so as to ease congestion, improve safety, and boost trade and economic growth in the region. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1. Immediate and short-term interventions by the Ministry of Roads and Transport and the Kenya National Highway Authority, Kenya, to address congestion and safety hazards pending the dualling of the said roads, including the timelines and budget. 2. The long-term plans, including financing mechanisms and projected timelines for the dualling the Bungoma-Malaba Road and the Kisumu-Busia Road. 3. The measures in place to address the social ills associated with the prolonged stay of the truck drivers in the affected transit points, particularly luring minors into illicit sex. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair Transport, GK, when can you bring a response? Give him a mic.
2 weeks, Honorable Speaker.
2 weeks, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Jared Okello.
I thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity, and allow me to make it clear that the
Jared Okello, you came late. This is round 2, we are calling that. You start by apologizing to the House.
That's what I'm coming to, Honorable Speaker.
You are starting with that.
Yeah, okay. That is exactly what I was coming to. Yes. Honorable Speaker, I apologize for coming late. You had called me
yes.
before, and I had not appeared because of some unavoidable circumstances. Honorable Speaker, the statement that I have is, I'm reading it on behalf of the Kabondo Kasipul constituency member of parliament, Honorable Eve Obara, who is out of the country. And here it reads, Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the circumstances surrounding the tragic death of Mr. Alfred Ojwang, a teacher and social media influencer from Kabondo Kasipul constituency, while in custody at the Central Police Station, Nairobi City County. Honorable Speaker, on the 7th of June, this year of our Lord 2025, Mr. Alfred Ojwang was seized from his home in Kakoth Village, Kokwanyokakelo Ward, Kasipul, Kabondo constituency in Homa Bay County, by officers from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. He was reportedly arrested over allegations of publishing defamatory content online. Mr. Ojwang was initially detained at Mawego Police Station before being transferred over 385 kilometers to Nairobi, where he was detained at Central Police Station. This situation raises concerns regarding the legality of the transfer of Mr. Ojwang from Homa Bay County to Nairobi. Section 71 of the Criminal Procedure Code, Cap 75, provides that an offense must be tried by a court within the local limits of the jurisdiction where it was committed, or where the accused person was apprehended. No court order appears to have been issued to authorize the transfer as required by law and the National Police Service standing orders. Even more distressing is the report that while at Central Police Station, Mr. Ojwang was placed in a solitary cell where he allegedly hit his head against the wall in the cell. He was then rushed to Mbagathi County Referral Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The circumstances surrounding his death remain highly suspicious, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Ojwang was the only son, and his death has left his family devastated. Article 21 of the Constitution places an obligation on the state to observe, respect, protect, and fulfill the rights and fundamental freedoms of all individuals, including suspects in police custody. The unexplained death of Mr. Ojwang in a police cell demands full disclosure, accountability, and redress. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. Number one, report on the circumstances that led to the death of Mr. Alfred Ojwang while in police custody at Central Police Station, including the legal basis for his arrest and reasons for his placement in solitary confinement. Number two, the justification for the transfer of Mr. Ojwang from Homabay County to Nairobi County, contrary to the provisions of the law. Number three, the current status of investigations by the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, into the death of Mr. Ojwang, including whether an autopsy or inquest has been conducted, and lastly, the immediate administrative and disciplinary actions that have been taken against officers who apprehended and transferred the deceased to Nairobi and those who were on duty during the incident. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. And let me thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yesterday, you added your voice to this subject, and it is a testament that you are concerned on the plight and aspirations of the Kenyan people. And more importantly, you pushed for an impartial probe to be quickly carried out. And I thank you, Honorable Speaker, and we hope that an in-depth analysis of all the matters surrounding this death will be unraveled in good time. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, Honorable Passaris had also filed a request to seek a similar statement. And before I give you an opportunity to joyride on that, I acknowledge in the Speaker's gallery Nairobi Muslim Academy from Langata constituency, Nairobi, the SEK Junior School from Starehe, Nairobi, and Gakoe Mixed Secondary School from Gatundu North, Kiambu. Passaris.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first allow me to pass my condolences to the family members of the late Albert Ojwang. Mr. Speaker, the autopsy results are already out, and it shows that he went through a really brutal death. And it's really sad. We're in a month where we want reparation and healing. We want this country to move forward. And I know that this is going to anger a lot of Kenyans. What I ask for is absolute expedition of the investigation. And I ask for the police for once to stand for the people of Kenya, to stand for justice, and to change their ways. Because if we try and play around with this case, it will not be good. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga has issued a statement on the same. It is time for us to address the wrongs and the rot that we have in the police service, but it's not all the policemen. I want people to know, I've seen on social media, people calling for burning of police stations, attacking politicians. I want Kenyans to understand we're in this together. The police force is not all bad. The police force is there to serve us. So as we give condolences, as we ask for investigation.
Under the new constitution is no longer a force, it's a service.
Yes, actually, yes, I understand that, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for the correction. I just pray that the family finds peace and that we can do something right now to bring justice to this young man and all the lost souls that we've had in our country. Police brutality should end. The police should do what they're mandated to do and do it within the rule of the law as mandated and asked for by the President. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Bowen, on the same?
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to support support the question by the Honorable Jared. And Mr. Speaker, my condolences to the family, the Honorable member.
Is Jared Okello is not a lady?
Okello, yes.
Yes.
So, Mr. Speaker, let me say this.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, it is very sad that a young man who just wrote something on a social media had to die. Mr. Speaker, when in Kerio Valley, bandits are brutalizing people, killing women and children, and there is nothing happening to them. Just because someone has written something on a social media, Mr. Speaker, and now his life is not there. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the security heads in the country, Mr. Speaker, to take this matter very seriously. And Mr. Speaker, we want to condole with the family of Ojwang and ask IPOA to make sure that they investigate this matter and make sure those who are involved, Mr. Speaker, are brought to book. And Mr. Speaker, at the same time, Mr. Speaker, many of us here from the North Rift, Mr. Speaker, what people are going through there in the hands of bandits. And the police are just joyriding around town here, looking for people who are writing Twitter, writing on Facebook, and this one. They are not going for those bandits. So, Mr. Speaker, they must take their work very seriously.
Thank you. Mele Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to give my condolences to the family of the late Ojwang on his unfortunate demise at the hands of some rogue officers. Mr. Speaker, indeed it is unfortunate that at this time, after we passed a new constitution making the police service a service, that we still have people who are behaving in the manner that we have seen. Mr. Speaker, I'd want to call on the President to ensure that the police that have been found to be behind the death of Ojwang and who are actually tainting the name of the police should be charged and should be prosecuted, and it should be fast, because justice delayed is justice denied. The problem is we have seen in this country sometimes people are arrested, and when their angers go down, then the case disappears. To show seriousness, this case should be fast-tracked. And Mr. Speaker, if IPOA is not in a position to, occasionally the government has actually employed the services of external forces and external investigators. For us to have confidence, perhaps the government may need to even consider that, because it's really, really unfortunate that a young person should be killed in this manner. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to tell the public, sometimes I know the frustration of the public, but the members of parliament are not the ones who are responsible for the death. We are actually feeling the same pain. And Mr. Speaker, for those of us who come from Mutembei County, we even feel it more because this is our county. And so we don't want people in our county to be killed, even Kenyans to be killed, but especially people from Mutembei County. We are only just the other day we lost Honorable Ngondowere. Now we are losing this man who is almost a neighbor to Honorable Ngondowere. So, Mr. Speaker, we want to see seriousness in the way the government deals with this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Murugara.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, also allow me to join the rest of the House and Kenyans in conveying condolences to the family of the late Albert Ojwang. Indeed, it's very sad to have lost such a young man in circumstances which are unclear, which in those circumstances themselves puts our National Police Service into question, especially when they give a statement which on the face of it does not make sense. Honorable Speaker, we urge the service, IPOA, and everyone who is investigating to actually do the best they can to unravel the ministry, to unravel the mystery so that justice is served on the family of this young boy who passed away in those circumstances. Sometimes we wonder why the police service actually has to conduct itself in the way it is doing. And what begs the question is whether their syllabus has changed since the days pre-colonial, or even the colonial days. Because we know very well during the state of emergency, we had these extrajudicial killings. Has this been carried on even up to today? Are there officers, whether senior or junior, who are giving instructions to have young boys executed? These are the questions we ask ourselves, and it is the high time we looked at the qualifications and the training of our police officers. Maybe there may be something wanting, the entry point level and the training they get at Kiganjo. Times have changed. We must now live to expectation. Justice must be done at all times, and we must condemn extrajudicial killings to the fullest. It should not be allowed, it should not be condoned, and this House should continue to condemn it day in, day out. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, this is by all means a very serious matter. Yesterday, yours truly here and others spoke to it in the same manner that you are speaking. The chairman of Security Committee, this matter is causing a lot of anxiety, and the explanations coming out, for those of you who have read the book Steve Biko, it sounds like a Steve Biko story. And I would want to direct the chairman of security. I know Thursday is budget day, but we have half an hour before budget starts. You will bring a preliminary report and statement to the House on Thursday at 2:30 to inform the House and the country the progress so far made in the investigations and some response to the issues raised by the Honorable Jared Okello on behalf of Ifo Bara, the Honorable Pasaris, Mili, Morugara, and Bowen. And I know many members have issues on this. Hold your horses. When the statement comes on Thursday, I'll give you an opportunity. Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well guided. And just like the rest of us and majority of Kenyans, I want also to pass my condolences to the family. It is extremely very unfortunate incident, Honorable Speaker, that a young Kenyan dies in the hand of the police and where is actually supposed to be safe. Honorable Speaker, as you are guided, I want to confirm to you and Kenyans and this House that we are all disturbed. And this morning, we had already written, of course, and the clerk has even signed the letter to summon the IG and the IPOA to brief the committee on behalf of this House on what has happened and the update on the investigation, so that by the afternoon, as you instructed, I will be able to give at least a preliminary report on the same, Honorable Speaker.
I encourage you not to wait for them to brief you.
Yes.
I encourage you to interrogate them.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, actually what I wanted to, if it is even possible, the members who raised issues here, they can as well even appear and of course give support to the committee to really, because Honorable Speaker, heads must roll.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thursday at 2:30.
Yes.
Honorable members, in the public gallery, we have Kabungut Boys School, Bomet Central, Bomet, Solai Day School from Rongai, Nakuru, Mukuri Girls High School for Mara, Tarakanithi. On my behalf and on behalf of the whole House, We welcome the schools, their students, their teachers, and all those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Responses to statements, administration, Tongoyo, to the statement by Doris Donya. Is Donya in the house? Donya, is she in the house? Yes, there she is. Go on.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And as well as I respond to the statement being sought by Honorable Donya, Honorable Speaker, I need your indulgence. Also here with me, Honorable Speaker, you remember last week you did instruct me to update the House on the latest investigation report in inquiry on the alleged abduction of George Ngoibori, the Member of Parliament for Juja constituency.
Honorable Tongoyo, today is a supply day. We're going into the committee at 3:30. The Koimburi matter, I can see you with the volumes of files.
Very thorough investigation, Honorable Speaker.
You will do that tomorrow. Okay. Go ahead and respond to Donya in the shortest time possible, because we have to go into committee at 3:30.
Well guided, Honorable Speaker.
Bring your volumes tomorrow.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well guided. Honorable Speaker, in response to the question, a statement being sought by Honorable Member of Parliament for Kisii on the tragic death of Sylvia Kimonto and the escalating cases of gender-based violence, I want to start, and the member in particular wanted to know circumstances that led to the killing of Miss Sylvia Kimonto and how the suspect accessed the victim's room at the university, and the status of investigation and the action being taken to prosecute the perpetrators, and the immediate and long-term measures put in place within the institution of higher learning to guarantee the safety of students, particularly female students who remain disproportionately vulnerable. Honorable Speaker, I state as follows. In September 2024, Eric Mutinda Philip, the suspect, and the Sylvia Kimonto, the deceased, were both admitted to Multimedia University of Kenya to pursue degree program in electronic engineering and the mathematics for computer sciences respectively. The two became friends and developed an intimate relationship. However, on February same year, their relationship deteriorated, leading to separation. On the 28th March, Eric Mutinda traveled to his sister's residence in Kasarani sub-county for a long weekend visit, where he stayed until 30th March. Upon return, he proceeded to his room in Block E, hostel room 301, where he found his two roommates. While preparing for a scheduled hiking trip to Ololua picnic site, Eric realized he was missing a chest bag that he needed for the trip. In search of the bag, he went to Sylvia Kimondo's room, room 90, located in Block B. At the same, Sylvia was alone doing laundry since her roommate Abigail Salama had gone to church outside the university. During this encounter, Eric attempted to reconcile with her, urging her to resolve the issue that had led to their breakup. Despite his persistent efforts, Sylvia's family declined to rekindle the relationship. The situation escalated into a heated argument, and the suspect strangled Sylvia, resulting in her death. He then placed the body into a green media-sized suitcase belonging to the deceased and moved the suitcase to his own room. Later that day, he dumped the body in a rooftop water reservoir tank on the Block B. Honorable Speaker, on the status of investigation, Ms. Sylvia Ayaya reported the disappearance of her daughter on the 1st April at Langata Police Station, VIDE or bin number 3114 of 2025. Ms. Ayaya revealed that in her search for Sylvia, she had visited the university and checked her daughter's hostel room. While there, she tried to reach out Eric Mutinda, hoping he could shed the light on Sylvia's last known movement. However, the suspect refused to disclose any information. On the 2nd April, the university security team conducted a search within the campus. During the search, they discovered a body dumped inside a rooftop reservoir tank at Block B Hostel. The university's management immediately reported the matter to the DCI Langata. At about 6, a team of officers from the DCI homicide and the DCI headquarters crime scene investigation, the Nairobi area, responded to the scene. The key evidence was collected from the scene, and upon examination, the body was positively identified as that of the Sylvia. The suspect then attended a church service at Jesus is Alive Ministries in Nairobi and gave Sylvia's mobile phone as an offering, after which he traveled to his family rural home in Sultan Hamud Township, Makwiny. While at his rural home in a company of his father and mother, news came out in national television about the discovery of a body within Multimedia University rooftop reservoir tank, and it was at this point when he confessed how he killed the deceased before dumping the body in a water tank. Subsequently, his parents escorted him to Sultan Hamud Police Station, where he was booked under OB number 444-2025. The DCI homicide detectives collected the suspect from Sultan Hamud Police Station. During the interrogation, he confessed to the murder and also led investigators to the church where he had given the Sylvia's mobile phone as an offering. DNA samples from both the suspect and the deceased were submitted to the government chemist for forensic analysis. And on the 8th, the postmortem was conducted by the chief government pathologist, Dr. Johnson Odur, which revealed that the cause of death was asphyxia due to leakage strangulation along the blunt force injury to the head. Investigation established that Eric Mutinda acted alone with the motive identified as a relationship-related dispute. He was subsequently transferred to Capitol Hill Police Station and later presented before Kibera Law Courts for a miscellaneous application. The court granted 21 days custodial order to allow the completion of the investigation. The DCI homicide team is working in close collaboration with the Office of the DPP to ensure appropriate charges are preferred on the suspect. The matter is scheduled for mention on the 28th April 2025, when the suspect, Eric Mutinda, will be formally charged with the offense of murder, contrary to Section 203, as read together with Section 204 of the Penal Code. And I think that should be sufficient, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable Donya, this matter appears to be a homicide case already before court. So you should tread carefully so that what you say and ask now does not prejudice the criminal proceedings before court. You may seek a clarification if you wish.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm well conversant with that. I did media law, and what the chair has said is very correct. I've been following on the matter. This time, the statement has really has been captured very well. I appreciate that response, Mr. Speaker, and if you could allow me, people don't know the direct line for gender-based violence. Sometimes they want to report, they don't know the number. So if I can share the number, Mr. Speaker, it can help. And if also them, they expedite on acting on GBV matters. The number is 1195. Simple, and it works. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Donya. Chair Housing and Chair National Cohesion, you will give your responses tomorrow at 2:30. Honorable Joseph Tonui is in the house. You will get your response, Honorable Member, tomorrow afternoon. Abdul Haro, you will get your response tomorrow afternoon. Honorable members, before we call the next order, allow me to acknowledge Nairi Mirimo Primary School from Samburu East. Samburu is in the public gallery. I welcome the students, their teachers, and whoever is accompanying them to the house. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, extension of sitting time until conclusion of business.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, like I say, today is Committee of Supply. And because of that, Honorable Speaker, I beg that, pursuant to Standing Order 33A, this House orders that should the time appointed for adjournment of the House be reached before conclusion of business under Order number 10, the sitting shall stand extended until conclusion of the business appearing under Order number 10. That is Committee of Supply. Honorable Speaker, this is one of those prime duties that we must conduct as a House. Honorable Speaker, if you allow Honorable Senior Kajwang.
Order, Honorable Kajwang.
Kajwang.
Member for Oraka.
Yes, Senior. Yes.
That is better.
Yes, and this is his forte. He loves this Committee of Supply. So we have that today. So prepare your guns on this, Honorable Speaker. This is very important debate. This is very important work that we do. Budget cannot be budget without Committee of Supply. The money that we will appropriate here cannot be issued out unless we have Committee of Supply, where we supply every department with funds that they require to run the next financial year. Honorable Speaker, this is noble duty, noble task. And therefore we request, in the event that we do not finish before close of business today, we extend time to ensure that we complete the business and ensure that we leave today when we have supplied all the money, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, having said that, I know the Honorable Millie Odhiambo is one who participates very much in this debate, and therefore I'll request her to second me on approving the procedural motion to extend time of sitting until conclusion of the debate.
Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I do second that this is a very straightforward procedural motion just to extend time. I do second.
Thank you. Members on their feet, take your seats. Order. Honorable members, I now propose the question at order number 8, which is that pursuant to the Standing Order 33A, this House orders that should the time appointed for adjournment of the House be reached before conclusion of business under Order number 10, the sitting shall stand extended until conclusion of the business appearing under Order number 10, Committee of Supply. Put the question. I'll now put the question at order number 8, order, which is that pursuant to Standing Order 33A, this House orders that should the time appointed for adjournment of the House be reached before conclusion of business under Order number 10, the sitting shall stand extended until conclusion of the business appearing under Order number 10, Committee of Supply. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, what it means now is that you will go on with the committee up to midnight. If you do not finish, then you will go on tomorrow morning. So we'll allow the proceedings to go on up to midnight. That's the end of the day. Today, 1 minute past midnight is tomorrow. So at midnight, we stop the clock. Tomorrow in the morning, if we are not finished, we have to get back to the committee so that we can finish, because whatever you are doing will inform and be part of the highlights of the budget statement by the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury on Thursday afternoon. Next order.
Order number 9, motion. Consideration of the budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026. Third and final allotted day, question to be put.
Order, members on their feet, take your seats. Honorable Naika, take the nearest seat. Order, Honorable Wako, take your seat. Honorable members, I'll now put the question at order number 9, which is that this House adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on its consideration of the estimates of revenue and expenditure and the medium term for the financial year 2025-26, laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 4th June 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 221 of the Constitution, Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and Standing Order 239-1, approves the issuance of a sum of Kenya shillings 2,538,593,978,440 from the Consolidated Fund to meet the expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of the votes contained in the first schedule, subject to paragraph 3, Committee of Supply. 2, makes the policy and financial resolutions contained in the second schedule to the order paper. And 3, orders that the Speaker do now leave the chair to facilitate the consideration of the said budget estimates with respect to each vote and program in the Committee of Supply as contemplated under Standing Order 240, consideration of estimates in the Committee of Supply. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Honorable GK. Okay.
Honorable Speaker.
Horses, GK, hold your horses.
Lakini sasa unajua the problem is Doris, ni sawa utarudishwa kama umefichwa. You are our coordinator in parliament. Unexpect utolewe parliament, urudishwe parliament sijui huko chini. Not necessary, it would not even sit well with you. Ati wewe ni coordinator alafu unatolewa, ukikuja unaanza kuambiwa ni position gani iko chini huku? Atufichwe. But you know that's what it happens. That's what happens anyway.
Next order.
Order number 10, Committee of Supply.
Order, honorable members, will you be upstanding?
Honorable members, we are now in the Committee of Supply on the budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026.
Vote 1011, Executive Office of the President.
I propose the question that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 5,372,401,534 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1011.
Programs under vote 1011. 1. Government printing services. 2. General administration, planning and support services. 3. Government advisory services. And 4. Leadership and coordination of government services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1011 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 1011 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings. Honorable members, I now put the question that the programs under the vote as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 5,372,401,534 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1011. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1012. Office of the Deputy President.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 3,072,134,559 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1012.
Program under vote 1012, Deputy President Services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1012 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Yes, Honorable Ounda.
Chair, probably would thank you for this opportunity. Allow us to ask the Chair of Budget and Appropriation Committee to basically explain to the people of Kenya why would an office have close to 3 billion for recurrent expenditure and only 100 million for development. We need to explain what does this office of the Deputy President does that requires a whopping 3 billion. And there are no drugs in hospitals, there's no capitation in schools, people are being killed every day and night. We need to be explained what is this thing all about. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson Budget, you want to respond? Or let me give Mheshimiwa Makali first, and then I'll come to the chairperson.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, I want to associate myself with the comments by Dr. Undo that even though I'm a member of the Budget Committee, I think really we've said many times it's good to get our priorities right. I hope the money we are putting here is not the money we are seeing being distributed to Kenyans all over the country. I believe this money will be put in the right use, because we said Harambes will not allow them. So I hope this money is not that money, Honorable Chair, as even we support.
Majority Leader, do you want to say something? No, let's just, that was question was being asked to the budget chair. Majority Leader, do you want to still say something, Honorable Owen? Okay, Honorable Atandi, proceed.
Madam Chair, before I respond, I would like to ask Honorable Tongoyo to just respond briefly, then I'll conclude. The Chairman of Security.
Okay, Honorable Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, and I want to really confirm that Makalu is a member of Budget Committee, and he was there when I was actually defending the committee. And I can confirm to the House and to the country that the money allocated to these votes are prudently used. And actually, Honorable Chair, when you compare the monies in this vote, in the current office holder, versus the money that was allocated in the previous office holder, it's actually less by almost 30%. Yeah? So I just ask members to be objective. Let's not bring politics into this. We all know the office holder is not the first one in this office, and the money is allocated there for the good use of the country.
Honorable Atandi, proceed. Yes. Let's allow
Honorable Speaker.
Atandi first to answer.
Honorable Speaker, let me first of all say that the budget under this vote, we have really rationalized this vote. If you remember, Madam Speaker, the previous holder used to have 5 billion under this vote, under this office. And today we are having only about 3 billion. Honorable Speaker, Madam Chair, this is a constitutional office. The Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya is an office that is assisting the President around the country. It is not an office where somebody is spending money without work. And this is the person who assists the President to manage the affairs of the country, Honorable Speaker. So this vote is justified, and in fact, the office requires even more. We had to rationalize this vote to be in line with the revenue projections that we are having at the moment. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the programs under the vote 10-12 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 3,072,134,559 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 10-12. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 10-13, Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 866,803,092 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 10-13.
Program under vote 10-13, Government Coordination and Supervision.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 10-13 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 10-13 as read out in the and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 866,803,092 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1013. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1014, State Department for Parliamentary Affairs.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 363,508,889 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1014.
Programs under vote 1014. 1. Parliamentary liaison and legislative affairs. 2. Policy coordination and strategy. And 3. General administration planning and support services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1014 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question. Honorable Makali.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madam Chairperson. What I was saying, Madam Chairperson, if you listen to what the programs are, and these are the issues we are raising, Madam Chair. Coordination, administration. We are saying even as we do this, we could do better in terms of prioritization. I don't think some of these things, really, Madam Chair, will not make a lot of sense to a country where we are facing serious challenges in terms of health and education, even as we support.
Honorable Awunda.
Chair, I find the programs under this vote extremely interesting, and more so to say, Honorable Chair, they actually contravene the Constitution of Kenya. I mean, Article 95 all the way provides that the work of Parliament belongs to members of Parliament. So what else are we doing here in this particular office? What kind of legislation? Yet all the bills that come in this house are under the majority leader. These are duplication and a terrible waste of national resources that could be better used to solve the myriad of problems that we have in this country. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Owen Baya.
You know, the Honorable Oundo, Professor, needs to be educated on how a bill starts. The office that is mandated with liaising with Parliament, you know, the bill bears the name of the majority leader. But the majority leader just has the mandate to table it here. But there's a whole process that starts from cabinet, that starts from many ministries and all that. Before a bill is born to be a bill under the name of the majority leader, that bill has traversed and resources are required and resources are needed for it to become a bill to be tabled in this house. So, Honorable Speaker, even the bill that we are looking at now has not been authored or done by it's a whole process. So, Honorable Oundo, please step down the politics, look at the national agenda, look at the whole country, and let's move forward instead of raising mundane issues on an important issue called supply. Supply, Honorable Speaker, and I want to educate my brother, supply is supply. We will do it. Come and question the budget. Let's handle the supply.
I put the question that the programs under the vote 1014 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that the sum not exceeding 363,508,889 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1014. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1015, State Department for Performance and Delivery Management.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 701,404,489 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1015.
Programs under vote 1015. 1. Public Service Performance Management. 2, general administration, planning and support services. 3, service delivery and management. And 4, coordination and supervision of government.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1015 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 1015 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 701,404,489 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1015. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1016, State Department for Cabinet Affairs.
I propose the question that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 228,723,204 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1016.
Program under vote 1016, Cabinet Affairs Services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1016 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 1016 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 228,723,204 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1016. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1017, State House.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 8,578,908,099 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1017.
Program under vote 1017, State House Affairs.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1017 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Honorable Mbui. Honorable Nyikal.
Chair.
Let me give Honorable Nyikal.
Whereas I don't propose, I think in future, even this one, we should have the programs. This is a lot of money, 8 billion. Really, we need to know what is it that is being done. Just State House Affairs is not adequate way of explaining to the public what we are doing with the money.
Yes, Honorable Makali.
You know, Madam Chairperson.
Let me give those who have
even under the Committee of Supplies, and we have been in this house for long, there is no harm making observations on this budget because we want to improve the process. Like under this photo of the State House, Madam Chair, what we are saying is we support it, but Deputy Minority Leader, we have so many mini state houses in this country. We should ask ourselves, are we getting value for money? And this is what we are saying, even as we do them, can we do due diligence to make sure that wherever they are, we are getting, because they have employees, they have staff members and everybody. It becomes very expensive. And we are saying we could make better use of some of these resources. It's not that we are opposing, but these are important observations so that as we go to the future, we have a record of what we are saying. We support Honorable Chair.
Yeah. Honorable Chepkonga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand to support this. And I think Honorable Nyikala has just requested just to know. If you are turned to the next page, Madam Chair, you will see under State House, for capital expenditure is 894 million shillings, not a lot of money, as compared to recurrent expenditure of 7.6 billion. So most of it is going towards recurrent expenditure. It is not even for development, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. So I support.
Okay, honorable members, I now put the question that, yes, honorable, I didn't see, you don't have your card.
No, I have.
Honorable TJ, proceed.
It was just, yeah.
Just press the intervention button, yes.
Yes, Madam Chair, Honorable Nyikal is asking a valid question, but of course he knows that, for example, members of the Western Caucus last week, it's a public knowledge that they went to State House. That nyamachoma costs money. Yes, that nyamachoma costs money. But I think Honorable Nyikal is asking a valid question that can this all nyamachomas be costed? So that we know that nyamachoma is so much, and chicken is so much, and ugali is so much, so that we have a program-based budget.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable Launda.
Yeah, Chair. Again, let's be very clear. Honorable Baya has misled the country. The budget's being made now. The other time was just a committee report. So allow us to highlight what we think are areas of points of concern. While I accept that the presidency needs to run and function so that the country remains united, but combined the two, Honorable Chair, the Deputy President and the President having a recurrent expenditure of close to 11 billion looks obscene in a situation where we have tight physical environment. I hope those who are in charge will save some of that money so that when, as TJ says, we are given enough nyamachoma and tea whenever we visit State House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the programs under Vote 1017 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Honorable, will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 8,578,908,099 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1017. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1018, State Department for National Government Coordination.
I propose the question that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 244,266,125 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1018.
Program under Vote 1018, Government Coordination and Supervision.
I propose the question that the programs under Vote 1018 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under Vote 1018 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 244,266,125 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1018. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1023, State Department for Correctional Services.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 22 billion 344 million 709,553 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1024. This is? Honorable members, allow me to take that again. I jumped to vote 1024 instead of vote 1023. So we are on vote 1023. I propose, I'll let you read it out first.
Vote 1023, State Department for Correctional Services.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 38 billion 108 million 310,239 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1023.
Programs under vote 1023. 1. General Administration Planning and Support Services. 2. Prison Services. And 3. Probation and Aftercare Services.
I propose the question that the program under vote 1023 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Yes, Mheshimiwa Wamboka.
Much as we are appropriating these finances to this State Department of Correctional Services, a very dangerous statement was made recently by one of the advisors to the president, to the extent that people were buying positions to get into the prison service, which is a very dangerous thing, and the government must stop embarrassing itself and give Kenyans what belongs to them, especially young Kenyans who want to join these forces. We want to plead with the government to investigate that because it came from a very senior advisor, Honorable Kuria, advisor to the president, that people are buying these positions to get into the prison service.
Thank you. I put the question that the programs under vote 1023 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 38 billion 108 million 310,239 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1023. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1024, State Department for Immigration and Citizen Services.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 22 billion 344 million 709,653 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1024.
Programs under vote 1024. 1. Migration and Citizen Services Management. 2. Population Management Services. And 3. General Administration and Planning.
I propose the question that the program, allow me to put the question and propose the question, then we can get to debate. I will give you an opportunity. So on Yes, yeah, no. I propose the question that the programs under vote 1024 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Okay, Honorable Karoli, now you can comment.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I'm quite interested in getting to be updated or appraised whether we have made provision for issuance of ID cards to students while still in school free of charge in the ensuing financial year. I would like to hear that from the chair of that committee. Thank you.
Chair, budget, is it you or Honorable Tongoyo? Honorable Tongoyo? The question is, have you provided for ID cards? For students particularly?
We have provided money for the same, but Honorable Chair, it's never enough. That's why we keep employing this house to keep adding the resources so that we can able to provide the same.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, my members, I now put the question that the programs... Yes, Honorable Karoli, you're not satisfied?
I'm not satisfied. It would have been better if the Honorable Chair told us how much provision they have made for issuance of ID cards to students in school and what the shortfall is, so that we can prepare ourselves, other than having a generalization as an answer. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Member for Kwanza. The mic is behind you. Oh, there you are.
No, it's here. I got it. Chair, I think let's be more detailed, because we are passing some of these expenses in departments that we know, but we want the details from the budget committee, the details of the functions, whatever it is. Because it looks like we are just passing these things without even getting the details. That involves the 3-4 functions, and that's it. Can we get the details from the budget one by one, so can be able to approve whatever is coming before us with the details? We are not just going to pass it just because it has come and you have to pass it.
Member for Kwanza, I think if you look at your order paper, some of the last pages, it has the details explained, so that you can say this is written here, but we need a further explanation. Yes, yes, Honorable TJ.
Madam Chair, is the member for Suba South? Suba South. Is he in order to imply that children in secondary schools should be provided with IDs? What is the average, really, what is the average age of a child in school in the present education system? Is he implying that 16-year-olds and 15-year-olds should be given IDs?
Yes, Honorable Bayer.
To respond to the member for Kwanza, Honorable Speaker, it is very important, and maybe to contribute to the general debate, that the Committee of Supply has 3 documents. The first document that we see here, and then the second document, which is the first schedule, and then there's also the third schedule. Honorable Speaker, if you want to understand what Committee of Supply is, you must look at all the 3 documents, so that you don't have to ask these questions of can we get the details and all that, because the details are in the third schedule. And we need, Honorable Speaker, to have people to look at all those documents so that we can move in sync. The Committee of Supply can take longer than necessary, Honorable Speaker, if we go through the way we are going. Yes. It's long and tedious,
I already
Honorable
notified,
Speaker, but we need to look at all documents, Honorable Speaker.
I already have. Yes, Honorable Wamboka.
Madam Chair, budget making process is so important. So important for the honorable member not to say what he's saying, that we just need to go through it very quickly. No, even if we take a month, even if we take how many days, we must interrogate the budget in detail. There is nothing wrong for Honorable Karoli asking those details. Yeah, and by the way, this thing is so bulky, if a member has to, at one point, look at this, what is being proposed here, and then he has to go to the other side, it will take forever. So relax, Honorable Baya. We must interrogate the budget. Okay. Yeah, you have out of order. You have no point.
Honorable Owino, member for Diwa.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Honorable member is misleading us. Yes. What we are looking for is the Schedule 2, which should have vote and programs. That's where the problem is. You just write like the State House. The State House is not a program. We need those programs spelled out, even as we support.
Honorable members, and I think maybe there is a fourth document members should always look at, is what was given at the committee reports. So, yes, Honorable Makali.
You know, Madam Chair, it's important that we get the process right. The country moved from itemized budget to program budgeting. So if you want to see in details, you must go to the printed books. So you can't be demanding those things when we are here, because we moved from itemized to program budgeting. And that's why we are discussing about programs. But I know you don't want to give me a chance to talk, and the deputy minority is misleading the House. This is my area where I specialize. So you need to consult me on matters budget.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the programs under Vote 1024, program under Vote 1024, as read out and sums allocated in the schedule, be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 22,344,709,653 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1024. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Honorable Carol, on the issue of ID card of the school children, those who attain age of 18.
That's obvious.
Yeah, I wanted to confirm that we had allocated 1.6 billion.
That's obvious.
Because yes. I see majority even seated in the chamber.
Thank you.
And I think it's good to report that. Thank you.
Vote 1025, National Police Service.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 127 billion 91,374,077 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1025.
Program under Vote 1025, Policing Services.
I propose the question that the programs under Vote 1025 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. What's your point of order, Honorable Mwenje?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to bring to your attention this issue of, or just to discuss the vote on 1025, the 127 million. Honorable Chair, we have the chair of the Security Committee here. And Chair, one of the issues that was raised in one of the votes before that was passed on correctional services regarding recruitment of prison constables. Now, Chair, in this vote, it confirms there will be recruitment. If you look at it into detail, there will be recruitment of police officers in the 400, I believe, sub-counties. Honorable Chair, I would beg the House that we get confirmation from the Chair that the recruitment of the police officers will not be what happened before. They will be recruited from the sub-counties, and only the locals from that sub-county will be eligible. What we saw before, we saw in my constituency, we saw some strangers coming, then they run around, they are recruited, and then they leave with the people who brought them. Can we get assurance? Because if we don't get that assurance, then we should not pass this budget for recruitment of new police officers. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Alwatch, you have not had a chance. Let me give Honorable Alwatch. Olwatch, sorry.
Thank you, Chair. As I support the vote under this program, I needed to get an assurance from the Chair of the Security Committee as to whether the program budget, including the additional monies that are being asked for, includes new police stations that have recently been included. I can see in the Schedule 2 we have Schedule 3, a number of police stations where we are asking for additional money, and I'm asking this in relation to my neighbor constituency and other constituencies within Nairobi where I know new police stations were operationalized and put in place. Please confirm that this program-based budget has the monies allocated to enable these police stations to operate. Otherwise, I support.
Okay, honorable members. Yes, Honorable Shakir, I think you haven't had a chance.
Because I've...
Let's give other people a chance. Yeah.
Madam Chair, I want to resoundingly support this particular proposal. However, as you say, as has been said by others, it appears that they come and tell us it's going to be sub-counties. They come and tell us that it's going to be fair and professional, but we find that there are others who walk in and destroy our thing. So, although there's nothing to do with the budget, we want to make a comment that each sub-county gets its fair share of officers who are qualified. Thank you, ma'am.
Those who want to contribute, please press the intervention button. Honorable Johanna Ngeno.
Madam Speaker, just in support of this, Madam Speaker, the issue of recruitment is a very fundamental issue that must... The issue of recruitment, Madam Speaker, other than the allocation that you are allocating here, Madam Speaker, it doesn't make any sense for people to be paying money to be recruited or to be employed in these positions, Madam Speaker. So I wish this one should go down in history, that the department that deals with the recruitment be made to understand this year that we do not want any corruption in that particular sector. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I now put the question that the programs under vote 1025. I thought you had spoken on this. Okay, Honorable Wamboka, please, Honorable Wamboka, you're out of order. You just need to raise your hand and say you want to speak or press the intervention button. Yes, no, but I'm not going to have a back and forth with you. Honorable Mbui.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have only one concern because on this National Police Service, budget, that the National Police Service has, in the recent past, last year June and this year June, spent our money, taxpayers' money, and actually killed our youth, and this time they've also killed Albert Ojwang. I want to beg that as we appropriate money for the National Police Service, let them not use the money of taxpayers to kill our children. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Member for behind Wamboka. Okay, member for Embakasi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, it is very important that we point out some of as we fund these sagas and departments. For example, the prisons came to Embakasi South constituency, the prisons department, and they came with 2 vehicles. Some youth, some young people came in 2 vehicles. And then the people ran, and at the time of the recruitment, the 4 youth that came from those 2 vehicles are the ones that were recruited. And also a 1 young man. So the total of 5 people that were recruited by prisons were not people from Embakasi South. We must make sure that if they're going to recruit people from the constituency, only the people from that constituencies are recruited, not outsiders. The prison warden cannot come driving a car and then the youth get off his car, they come run, and then at the end of the tally, we are shown that they are the ones who have been picked. Second, the murder of Ojwang. We must stop killing our youth. We must stop killing our youth. There is no way that a young man is picked from Nyanza and is brought all the way to Nairobi, very healthy. The day before.
Honorable Mawathe, Honorable Mawathe, you're out of topic. There was a statement issued today, earlier on.
About hitting his head.
Many members had a chance to respond to it. There is going to be a report being given next week. So stick to the Committee of Supply topic.
And of Madam Chair, it is important. This is of national interest. If there's a statement that's coming up, but it was wrong
the
for us.
statement already came up.
I know you said there's an additional point, and I hear you, and I'm fully guided. But the point still remains, the murder of Ojwang by hitting his head on the wall, that's not possible.
Okay, honorable members, I now put the question that the programs under Vote 1025, as read out, and sums allocated in the schedule, be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 127 billion 91 million 374,077 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1026, State Department for Internal Security and National Administration.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 35 billion 874 million 503,186 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1026.
Programs under Vote 1026. 1. General Administration and Support Services. 2. Policy Coordination Services. And 3. National Government Field Administration Services.
I propose the question that the programs under Vote 1026, as read out and sums allocated in the schedule, be approved. I now put the question that the programs under Vote 1026, as read out and sums allocated in the schedule, be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 35 billion 874 million 503,186 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1026. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1032, State Department for Devolution.
I propose the question that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 17 billion 246 million 352,790 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of Vote 1032.
Program under Vote 1032, Devolution Services.
I propose the question that the programs under Vote 1032, as read out and sums allocated in the schedule, be approved. What's your point of order, Honorable Mwenje?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, we need some clarity on this amount from the Chair of Budget, which I believe is what even the Honorable Wamboka is trying to find out, why this amount of 17 billion, which you can see is being referred to as recurrent and development. And you know very well this money, Honorable Chair. Any money going to these counties is just being lost and plundered by these governors. They are purely just stealing money And you know they've frozen the 10 billion that is supposed to come to RMLF. So perhaps the chair budget can clarify on this amount for devolution, and if it's not necessary, perhaps he can transfer this money to constituencies for development. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I now put the question that the programs under vote 1032, as read out, and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question, will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 17 billion 246 million 352,790 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1032. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1033, State Department for Special Programs.
I propose the question that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 609,495,880 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1033.
Program under vote 1033, Accelerated ASOL Development.
Member for Honorable Ngusia, let's wait to get to the debate stage. I haven't proposed the question, so hold your horses. I now propose the question that the program under vote 1033, as read out and sums allocated in the schedule, be approved. Okay, Honorable Ngusia, now you can have your go at it.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, based on the prevailing weather conditions in most of the arid and semi-arid areas, I think this money is so little, Chair, we need to mark it, and maybe in the future in supplementary budget we add more. So I think the special programs have been underfunded completely. 609 million is so little to meet the expectations of these marginalized areas. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I now put the questions that the programs under vote 1033 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 609,495,880 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1033. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1036, State Department for Arid and Semi-Arid Lands and Regional Development.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 11,238,825,658 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1036.
Programs under vote 1036. 1. Accelerated arid and semi-arid land development.
There is an amendment, Honorable Jane Kagiri.
Thank you, Chair.
Hold on a second before we get there. I propose the question that the program under vote 1036 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be amended, be approved. So now I'll give you a chance, Honorable Kagiri.
Chair, I beg to move that the first schedule be amended in vote 1036 in brackets State Department for Asphalt and Regional Development under the program 0733000 Accelerated Asphalt Development by deleting the expression Kenya shillings 5 billion 162 million 2,697, appearing in column 6, gross current estimates, and substituting there for the expression Kenya shillings 4,802,2,697. Chair, allow me to explain that the National Council for Nomadic Education in Kenya, NACONEC, was mandated to promote access, retention, transition, and completion of basic education for learners in nomadic, marginalized, and other undeserved areas, specifically those in arid and semi-arid lands, that is the ASALs. Honorable Speaker, Laikipia happens to be one of those areas, and I believe for us to retain NACONEC to retain this budget at the Ministry of Education, it would enable NACONEC to ensure the alignment with education. We are not just feeding these children, but we are ensuring that they continue with their education. By allocating this money to the Department of ASAL, these are people who are detached from the system of education and may not be following through with what our children need to achieve. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, it's also good to remember that we are a country that is constrained on resources, and as the Ministry of Education monitors and evaluates other programs, it is good that NACONEC retains the feeding program, because that is a program that will be under the Ministry of Education. Chairperson, on sustainability, for how long can ASAL continue ensuring and monitoring that our children remain in school if they're the ones who are going to run the program? Honorable Chair, my humble amendment would be in regard to ensuring that this fund is returned to NACONEC under the Ministry of Education, so that we ensure our children are retained in schools. Of course, I know when it is ASALs, they don't appreciate that there are places like Kisargei in Laikipia County where our children have to be ensured they're going to school. And at the Ministry of Education, they know all their schools in these areas, and they'll be able to monitor which child did not come to school, how they are faring in their education, and how they are able to continue with their education. Chairperson, I move.
Thank you. I propose the question that the program accelerated arid and semi-arid. You let me propose the question first, and then you will have an opportunity. Honorable members, I propose the question that the program accelerated arid and semi-arid lands development under Vote 1036 be amended as proposed. Okay, now Honorable, who was that who wanted to speak? Yes, Honorable Gongoyo.
Madam Speaker, I rise to support the amendment. Madam Speaker, coming from Kajiado, thank you, Chair. I rise to support the amendment because, Madam Speaker, anytime education in the ASAL region is a matter that has to be combined together with the issue of movement. And number two, we have a lot of schools in Kajiado that are boarding schools that are meant to facilitate children from the nomadic regions. So I rise to support this amendment. It will favor children, specifically during movement, Madam Speaker, and I want to agree with the Honorable Kagiri that this is the right direction. Let the money remain in the Ministry of Education, because we must cluster education together with these regions that are called the ASAL regions, and coming from Kajiado, this will be a beneficial attachment when it goes to the Ministry of Education. Thank you very much.
Yeah, member for Busia.
Thank you, Chair. I rise to support fully this the amendment because I come from a place where floods are frequent, and semi-arid areas like Funyula and Teso North. I spoke to the principals, and they've said that attendance has improved. Nutrition-wise, the students are looking even better. Academic performance has been improved as well, and just overall well-being. So this is a very good amendment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable members. Yes, Honorable Makali.
Yeah, you know, Madam Chairperson, I really have no problem with this amendment. But I think what is an issue of concern is, to me, this is a policy matter. That the money was with another body and is being moved to another body. I think really that matter needs to, because if my memory serves me well, The reason why the money was being moved from that particular organization to the ministry was because there was a bit of corruption. I don't think really that issue has been addressed by the mover of this amendment. Can we be told what is happening? Because I thought that it was being informed by the fact that the money was not being accounted for properly. So are we saying now that issue has been sorted out? And if not so, we can't return money where it has not been accounted for.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I rise to oppose that amendment. And I want to agree there have been issues on accountability, as Honorable Makali says. And Honorable Makali has been a very diligent member of the Budget and Appropriations Committee. Honorable Speaker, there was a cabinet decision, a decision by cabinet to move